Devin Booker, 18 points in the third quarter, 40 points in the game. His first career triple-double, and the first Suns player with a triple-double in the postseason since Steve Nash in 2005. Welcome to Playoff Central Live. Chris Miles here with Smitty and Brendan Haywood. And those numbers are gaudy for Devin Booker. Like I said, his first career triple-double, Smitty, 40, 13, and 11.
Well, you know, Brendan loves the big guy. I love the two guards. And when I get a chance to talk about this guy, I just light up and smile. Reason why I've been seeing this for so long, I've been saying he's the prototypical two guard. And for myself is score at 4 different levels. The mid-range game is there. I've always been taught you just get to your spot at that size and elevate over a guy. Use your pump fake. He played a little point guard when he had to, when the Phoenix Suns wasn't great. But to come out to get a efficient 40-point triple-double. Not only that, he played 44 minutes. All the pressure is on him. He walked in the gym all business-like. He just did his interview all business-like. And we haven't even seen the best of his game to me. He is phenomenal down on the block, Chris Miles. Phenomenal down on the block, posting up. Can't wait till he add that a little bit more to his game. We get a chance to see it.
Brendan, that cookbook was spicy once again.
Hey, listen, Devin Booker was cleaner than Smitty's blazer that he got on right now. And that's clean, because my man is sharp up there. Devin Booker gave us everything. He had the pull-up jumpers. He got to the basket. He hit the free throws. He made the passes to his teammates. A lot of times people thought maybe Devin Booker would come out and try to force everything just because Chris Paul wasn't there. He let the game come to him, and Devin Booker is making people remember that he is the franchise player on this Phoenix Suns team. And that's no disrespect to Chris Paul. Chris Paul's had an incredible year. But Chris Paul's year has been so good, people have forgotten Devin Booker is still the best player on this Suns team, and it's because of games that he can have like tonight.
And we're looking at this shot chart, B. Wood, and this is what I'm talking about. This is efficient. You're talking about 51% from the field, 42 from 3. 100 from the line, and it's the mid-range for me is because there's nothing you can do with a mid-range player with that size and that ability. The reason why you can't take anything away at the mid-range, I can still bump you and get it off. Everybody's now is 3 or downhill. Chris Paul, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant in these playoffs have been destroying people at the mid-range. He has graduated from good when he was young to great to super to star. And now he's in that superstar category for me. Reason why closeout games, B. Wood and Chris Miles, he gives you a 40-piece. No Chris Paul, all the pressure on you today in game 1, much needed to set the tone, a 40-piece.
You know what's the best thing about the NBA? Guys from around the league are paying attention when someone is cooking like Devin Booker. There's DeMar DeRozan. Book is cold. I mean, we saw that from the entire game. He actually showed signs of DeMar DeRozan in that mid-range, and he went outside, he went in the post. Kevin Love, incredible game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. Devin Booker's so special.
And I love DeMar DeRozan, but he doesn't have that three-point game. So I'm going old school. This is Allen Houston 2.0 for me. That is what he is for me.
What about this one, Brendan? I know you love this. If KD's basketball God, then Book is basketball Jesus.
And may the church say amen and pass around the collection plate.
This was the best third quarter of basketball I've ever seen. Now, he added Devin Booker, but we got to give credit where it's due. And looking at Paul George as well in that third quarter, he was 5 for 5 from 3. But Devin Booker is speaking, so we are going to listen.
And I will get to all of the points you scored in a minute, but let's just talk about the magnitude of this win. Chris Paul and health and safety protocols. What does it say about your team you were able to pull this off?
It says a lot. I mean, we've been relying on Chris all year, especially down the stretch, controlling the ball, making sure everybody gets involved. So this is a really big win for us, but it's only one game. We have another one Tuesday that we're getting ready for.
You don't do anything small. Your first ever career triple-double is in the Western Conference Finals. 40 points. You had a run there of 16 points straight. And most importantly, when things got tight at the end of the game, you're the one who stepped up for your team. What is it like for you when you are feeling it the way you did today?
I mean, just doing anything in my power to get a win. I mean, we have a really good collective group. and we rely on each other. We rely on our defense, and the offense just comes. But, DeAndre's setting great screens, Dario's setting great screens, and everybody knocking down big shots to take pressure off me.
Well, part of a triple-double is, of course, the assists as well. Some great playmaking from you today, finding your teammates. How does your mentality change when you're playing the point, which we saw at times today?
I just make the right play. That's what I try to do every time down court. But obviously finding the balance of my aggressiveness and, being able to get others involved. That's what we miss Chris with, where I can just focus on scoring. But, today I had to get everybody involved.
Well, as you saw at the end of the game, this Clippers team does not go away easily. They've come back on several teams in these playoffs so far. What do you have to do for game 2?
Just come locked in, be ready to play. And just what you said, the game's never over with them. We've seen their past games, and we know what they're capable of. So we got to be locked in all 48 minutes.
Congratulations, Devin.
Appreciate that,
Huge
Rachel.
win here.
Thank
Back to you, Mike.
So, Brendan, getting back to that point of that third quarter and how incredible it was with Devin Booker with 18, with Paul George 5 for 5 from 3. But in the fourth quarter, it seemed like PG-13 ran out of gas, 0 for 5 from the field, 0 for 3 from three-point range, and just 1 point in the fourth, though he did finish the game with 34. What did you see from Paul George and what happened in that fourth quarter as compared to the third?
Well, Chris, I think you hit it right on the head. PG looked like he did run out of gas. Let's not forget, the Clippers were playing just a little while ago in a big-time Game 7. And PG was phenomenal then as well. But he started the game off. I like the flow he had. Third quarter, he really got cooking. But the difference in this game was he couldn't muster enough shots or hit enough shots in the fourth quarter to carry this Clippers team, whereas Devin Booker, he kept the party going from the third quarter. He just kept it going and going and going. So Paul George had a great game, but he just didn't close it out in the fashion that Booker did, and that's why the Clippers weren't able to win. But the Clippers did some good things in this game. Tyronn Lue is going to make some adjustments. There were some things that were going on as far as the guard and Devin Booker that seemed like a little bit confusing. Rondo had some mistakes going under the screen, reaching around. That's not gonna work. So look for Ty Lue to make some adjustments. But I thought this was a good effort from the Clippers, but they just didn't close it out.
Yes, Smitty. I mean, what Brendan was saying, they just played in the Game 7. It's the 9th time they've played with just 1 day's rest. Marcus Morris was out in the second half with the knee. It seems like there's a lot happening with the Clippers as far as all these games they've been playing, back-to-back series going 7.
Yeah, it won't be any excuses, but they did have a little fatigue, especially Paul George coming down the stretch. And to Brendan's point, that's a quick turnaround. But I also look at it as, to add to that is, the defenders that are guarding Paul George is Bridges, Crowder, Devin Booker at times, Cameron Johnson, a lot of length, and then at the end, you got to like DeAndre Ayton, a guy that can contest. Then on the Clippers side, at his size, Book, I mean, when you have the Mans and the Rondos and the Patrick Beverleys, he's going to have a better chance to get his shot off, and he was rested and ready to go. So you take your hat off to the Clippers. What a game for them. Some more adjustments by T. Lue, who's been one of the best in this postseasons, and I like the wrinkle. He can get going a little bit more in spurts. They have a low post presence, and DeMarcus Cousins, who came out and played phenomenal in those short minutes of time that he had.
Yeah, he had 11 points in the first half. He's only had 12 points the entire postseason before that. Reggie Jackson, 24 points, third straight game with 20 or more. That's the longest streak of 20 or more in the postseason in his career. Let's hear from Reggie Jackson.